What about this handsome fellow? Maybe this guy? Or maybe you know this handsome devil.
So Daniel here is a friend of mine, and he's an amazing artist, and in his video he was showing off some of the profile pictures he's made for some friends of ours. But, I couldn't help but notice that there was a distinct lack of ladies. There were a lot of guys in that, but where were my girls? I think I might have to do something about that. So if you've been following me for a while, you may be familiar with my Evil Elsa story time. It's one of the first story times I ever did on my TikTok page, but the one thing that always bugged me about it was the fact that I had to split it into 3 parts. But now that I'm able to make longer videos on TikTok, I want to put it all in one place. So if you've heard the story before, I hope you enjoyed it again, and if you're new to it, strap in. So from 2014 until 2016, I worked as a party princess for a local party company, and primarily I was Elsa. So one day I arrived to a party pretty early, and I reclined my seat back to try to hide, because of course I don't want some passing kid to look over and see Elsa in a Mini Cooper. But about 15 minutes before I'm supposed to go into this party, a car comes and parks right in front of me, and I'm thinking, really? You could have parked absolutely anywhere, and you parked right in front of me. You know what? It's okay. I'll just wait for the sound of them leaving, and then I'll go in when it's my time. But this car just sits there and lingers with the engine on, and I'm like, what's going on? So I pop up to see what's going on, and I look and I see a mop of yellow hair and a blue dress, and I think, uh-oh, did my boss accidentally send another one of our girls to my party? So I double check the address. I'm trying to text my boss to ask her if she knows anything about this, but I have no signal. And as this is happening, the car starts driving past me, and I look in their window and they look in mine, and I realize this isn't one of our girls. See, in the blue dress, none of our Elsas wear crowns because she flings off the crown during her song, but this girl was wearing a crown, so therefore, not one of our girls. And this girl whips the car around, flies into the driveway, parks, and rushes into the party. And I'm just like, what? I whip my car around and hail someone that's grilling outside and ask them to go grab the birthday girl's mom. And she comes outside and I say, hi, I'm with insert my party company name here. And she says, you're with that company? Then who's in my house? I just sit there like, I don't know. Do you want me in there or not? And she says, you're the one I paid for, so you need to get in there, and I'm getting her out. And I'm like, 10-4. So as I'm driving to go park again, I hear her go into the house and go, Elsa! And the girl comes out, and as I'm rushing into the party, this girl is arguing, saying, I'm the best Elsa you're gonna have. You should take me and not take her. And the mom's just like, don't care, pay for her, get out. And before I go in, I turn to the mom. I'm like, what do I say to these kids? They've been with another Elsa for 5 minutes. Like, I don't know what to do. I haven't exactly been trained for this. And she just sat there and went, I don't know. And I said, thanks for the help. If I'd had more time to prepare, I probably would have come up with something more clever, but I just walked in and said, sorry kids, that was the evil Elsa. I'm the real one. And yeah, that was about as awkward as you could expect. I start off by doing a story time, and I'm trying to ask the kids questions as I go, and it's just crickets, and they're all just staring at me like. And nearing the end of the party, this one little girl looks to me and asks, so who was that other Elsa? And I ask, have you ever heard of evil twins? And she goes, no. And I'm just so done that I say, ask your mom. But I finish the party and I call my boss after to tell her everything that happened, and we figure out that the other girl is from a competing party company, and what we guess is that the mom reached out to her company and gave her all the details but booked with us instead. And this girl thought she could sneak in or something, I don't know. And what's crazy is I've heard of other princesses who've had this happen to them too. So I've been going to Disney World for years now, and for the first time ever, I lost something at the park. I was on a Disney trip with all these awesome guys, and throughout the day, I was trying to film funny little clips of things that happened because, trust me, when you're at Disney with these guys, there is not a dull moment, especially when we hit up 3 parks in one day. We started at Epcot, and then we went over to Hollywood Studios, and then we ended at Animal Kingdom. We get in line for Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom, and the boys are acting all silly, so of course I whip up my phone to take a funny video of them. And once we're on the ride, I tuck away my phone, my purse, and my little Mickey ears into the bag at our feet. And this is where I made my mistake. See, in hindsight, I should have been careful to make sure that my phone was actually in my purse before I put it in the pocket, but I didn't. Yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't realize my mistake until basically after park close, and so by the time guest services got everything figured out, the vehicles had already been locked up away for the night. But thank goodness I'm the one that lives close to Disney World, because 3 of those boys had to catch a flight at 4 a.m. across the country, and I got to wake up leisurely and wander over to the parks and get my phone once maintenance found it. Getting older sucks. Now maybe you're gonna think that I'm complaining about taxes or insurance payments or not getting any time off ever because my job is completely understaffed and I am stressed. But no, what I'm mad about is not being able to eat my favorite snack anymore. Growing up, my favorite snack in the world was Flaming Hot Cheetos, and I loved them so much that when my parents needed to punish me, rather than grounding me or saying that I couldn't use my computer anymore, they would just threaten to take away my Flaming Hot Cheetos, and all of a sudden, I was an angel. But once I became an adult who had to pay for her own food, I stopped eating them as much and slowly have kind of like weaned myself off of them, and I think my tolerance for them has been completely shot. Like, the spiciness doesn't bother me, going in. But I bought a bag to treat myself last night, and I accidentally ate the whole thing in one sitting. And oh, my body punished me for it. So I think I'm officially too old for hot Cheetos. So the answer, as always with anything Disney related, is magic. So when I was working as a party princess, pretty much any hard to answer question, we would just answer with magic as the reason. Why does Ariel have her tail back? Oh, because King Triton used his magic to bring her tail back so she could go visit him in the water and visit you in your pool. Another question we would get is, why is Rapunzel's hair long and blonde again? Didn't she cut it all off? Oh, well, she asked Cinderella's fairy godmother if she could use her magic to make it long again. And probably one of my favorite reasons that we would use magic as an excuse is when we would have the princesses that were not Ariel with mermaid tails. Florida summers are pretty hot, so we decided to offer up all the princesses as mermaids for pool parties. And of course, if any little kids asked why all the princesses could suddenly have tails at their parties, magic! Now, if magic could just do all the dishes in my sink and all my laundry, that'd be great. Good question, and the answer is, they tried. Now, keep in mind that I don't work for Disney. I never have worked for Disney, so I don't speak for the brand of the company, but I worked for a party company that used fairy tale inspired characters. The party company that Disney sued was not mine. It was owned by a guy named Nick Sorelli, and the case was in New York, but essentially it got rejected or thrown out or whatever the legal term is. And to boil it down, Disney tried to say that the other company was infringing on their property rights, they were causing confusion among customers, and they were competing with their business. Now, the judge said it wasn't property stealing because even though the characters looked similar, they weren't being advertised as Disney characters, they were being advertised as fantasy characters. They also said no confusion was being caused because in the end it was adults booking the parties, not kids, and adults knew very well they were not booking through Disney, they were booking through a different company. And they finally decided it wasn't competing with their business because Disney doesn't do kids parties, they do theme parks. So we were never sued by Disney because they tried and failed with someone else. So I just got home after working all night, and it's early morning, and I heard some noise in my neighbor's trash can, and I was like, uh-oh. And sure enough.
Hi, baby. Hi.
I've already tried tipping the trash can over, but he won't get out.
I know it's scary. Oh, okay, come on.
What is that?
Hey, you wanna come out?
I ain't moving.
Come on.
No budge. Only sit.
He's so cute and polite, and he's just looking at me like, hey, you're so sweet, but I need you out. I'm trying to get to bed, baby. All right, but this is gonna be your eviction. Come on.
Oh, heck.
Get out. Go. There you go. Bye. You're welcome. Hey, I have a question for you. Hi, yes, how can I assist? Yeah, where can I find the closest convenience store? Well, the closest convenience store is probably going to be about a 5-minute drive away. If you want, I may have what you're looking for in the back if it's like a toothbrush or something. Well, I'm looking for condoms. Oh, no, we don't have those. No, sorry. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, sorry, so you'll just want to go 5 minutes up the road. Thanks. Welcome back. Did you find what you were looking for? Right. Yeah, I forgot you. Yeah.